All right, applications of equations and inequalities. Okay, word problems for short. These are equations. You know that because it tells you. Okay, that the next three on the next page are inequalities. You know that because it tells you. Okay, so let's start with number 1, because number 1 is a very good place to start. Thank you. Okay. A flower garden is in the shape of an isosceles triangle. Each leg is 2 meters shorter than twice the base. If the perimeter is 256 meters, find the dimensions of the flower garden. Before we can start this, I need to make sure our vocabulary for some of these words is okay. Okay, what is A? No, I'm just teasing. Okay, isosceles. What does isosceles mean? Two sides equal the same? So what definition are we going with for isosceles? 2 legs are the same? Is that really what we're going with? Okay, then I need to fix something for you. Okay, definition of isosceles triangle is at least 2 legs are the same length. An equilateral triangle can be classified as an isosceles triangle. Okay, at least 2 are the same. Now, we know by reading the rest of the problem that how many legs are the same length? 2. Okay? I just need to make sure your definition of isosceles is okay. Okay? So I'm going to draw myself an isosceles-ish triangle. That's close-ish, isn't it? Okay. Thank you. Each leg is 2 meters shorter than twice the base. Guys, if the leg is getting its measure, its length from the base, how long is the base? If the leg is getting its length from the base, how long is the base? X. Okay? If one value is getting its value from something else, that second value has to be the x. It has to be the starting point. Okay? Each leg is 2 meters shorter than twice the base. So this leg is 2 meters shorter than twice the base. So if this leg is 2x minus 2, how long is this leg? 2x minus 2. Then what do we know? The perimeter is 256 meters. What is perimeter? It's the distance around the shape, and we find the distance around the shape by adding all the sides. Okay? So let's start with this side. Why? Because I said. Plus this side. 2x minus 2 plus this side. And what should that equal? 256. Okay? Gosh, I wish we would have been studying how to solve equations. Oh my gosh, we were! Now what? Combine like terms. Very good. Okay, so here's something I heard. These first 3 are like terms because they all had 2's. OMG, OMG, OMG. Combine like terms. We're talking about constants versus variables, yes? How many variables do I have? 2x, 2x, and 1x. How many do I have? 5x. Okay? Then I have a negative 2 and a negative 2. Negative 4 or minus 4 equals 256. Okay, what's my next step? Add 4. Okay, so I'm totally going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, I skipped a step. We've been doing this baby step the whole time, haven't we? Add 4, add 4. Guys, if you really need to write that, please write it. But if you're past that, if you can, knowing confidently that you can add 4 to both sides without having to write it, you may. Okay, you may. What's next? Divide by 5. Oh my goodness. I totally just skipped another step. This is another one of the places we've been writing this baby step, haven't we? If we need to keep writing it, keep writing it. But if we can go past it, you may. So there's the answer. No? But it says x equals, I should be done, right? So let me ask you this question. Is this the answer to the equation? Yes. Does it answer what I'm being asked to find? No. Okay? I'm being asked to find the dimensions of the flower garden. This particular flower garden has 2 legs and a base. Now the leg is the same. Each of the legs are the same, so I don't really only have to write that one time. Leg length. But I have a base length also. It's 52. How do you know that? So the base is 52? I disagree. Oh, 52 meters? It can't just be 52? 52 is just a number. When I come back to answer the question, I need to make sure I'm answering it in the context of the question. 52 means nothing. 52 meters tells me how long this base is. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, so how long is the leg? If I double 52 and then subtract 2 from that, I get... Oh, 102 meters. Oh, I see. So this is actually the answer to what I'm being asked to find, isn't it? This is the answer to the equation. I agree with that. But this is the answer of the problem I'm being asked. Does that make sense? Okay. Donde está preguntas? That's totally not even right. I know it's not right, but that's all I know. So I'm just going with what I know. Just making up something. I figured you could figure it out. So what should I say actually? No, that's what I said. That was wrong. Preguntas? Is that good? We're not talking about eggs or anything else. Okay, ready? Number 2. Anton's Automobiles is having a promotional day to bring in new customers. They are roping off an outdoor area adjacent to the sales building for the tables and snacks. The longer side of the roped off area is 5 feet shorter than 2.5 times the length of the smallest side. The third side is 16.5 feet longer than half the shortest side. If 111 feet and 6 inches of rope is used to enclose the area, what is the length of each side? Now, I can promise you that at least 3 people in this room heard me say this. Anton's Automobiles is having the length of each side. Okay? I know you guys. You get lost in all the words, so let's take it little by little. First of all, what shape is being made here? Okay, so some people said rectangle, some people said square, some people said circle. If you said circle, you be quiet. Just shh. Okay? Here's the side of the building, right? And we're making our shape adjacent to the side of the building. That means I'm letting the side of the building be one of the sides. And that's not counting because I'm surrounding it by what? Rope. So I'm coming off of the building somehow, coming over here, and then back to the building. Is that really any shape? Not really, though. Okay? Stop saying trapezoid. Okay? So, start here. First of all, I'm excited about the snacks. I want to know what kind of snacks they're having. And then I need to go on with the math, right? The longer side of the rope-off area is 5 feet shorter than 2.5 times the length of the smallest side. If I'm comparing this to the smallest side, how long is the smallest side? X. Okay? If the longer side is getting its length from the shorter side, the smallest side has to be where we start. That has to be X. Okay? So now let's go back to here. The longer side is 5 feet shorter. 5 feet shorter than 2.5 times the length of the smallest side. 2.5 times x. Okay, so are we going with decimals here or are we going with fractions? Because I know how much you love fractions. Oh, you want to do decimals? So 2.5x minus 5. That's the length of this longest side, right? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. The third side is 16.5 feet longer. So plus 16.5. Then half the shortest side. So half the shortest side. How much rope do I have? Yes, you do. 111 feet 6 inches. So how am I going to figure out what x is? If I take all the sides, add them together, I should get 111 and 6 inches. So if I take all the sides, so 0.5x plus 16.5 plus 2.5x minus 5 plus x, that should equal 111.6. What? But that's what you put on it last time we did it. I know you didn't, but there was quite a few people that did. Why is Debbie having a cow over here? Like, actually, she's really not. She's just telling me because she thinks I'm stupid. 6 inches is half of a foot. So why did you put 111.6? Were you just reading numbers and just put decimal places wherever you want? Probably so. Okay? So this should be 111.5. That will change the answer. It will. Okay? So now we should combine like terms. And when we say that, we mean x's together. How many x's do we have? 4x. And then we have this constant and this constant. Plus 11.5 equals 111.5. Whoa. So if I subtract, for the people that need the baby steps, I'm still going to write them for another little while, okay? Close, but not really. 25. Okay, so that's the answer. It's not, but I got x equals. I got to find the sides, right? So I have the shortest side, and I have the longest side. You want to call it medium side? It's fine with me. So do you know any of them? What do you know the shortest side to be? 25 inches? Oh, feet. Okay. 25 feet. What's the medium side and what's the longest side? You got to times it by what? Man, you're full of math vocabulary today, aren't you? Times it and plug it in. And so if we substitute 25 in here, what's half of 25? 12.5 plus 16.5? Oh, 29 feet. Okay. So how long's the longest side? Are you sure? 2.5 times 25. Are you just making up numbers now? Now, how many of you are good at arithmetic in your head? How many of you are good at arithmetic in your head? Then why are you not grabbing your calculators every day? Carly, what is 2.5 times 25? Yes, ma'am. What is 2.5 times 25? 2.5 times 25 is 62.5 minus 5. So 57.5 is the answer? No! Feet. Thank you. Ridiculous. Because of the math. You have no idea what you just said, do you? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So let's look at number 4, please. Yes, please. You do number 3. I'm just trying to do 2 examples of an equation and 1 example of an inequality, so you get examples of each. Okay? All right. Find the integers for which the following is true. 4 less than 4/5 of the number decreased by twice the number is less than or equal to 3/5 of the sum of the number and 4. So you guys just heard blah, 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 blah. So go little by little. Little by little. 4 less than. Now, people get very confused at right here. What they want to write is 4 less than. Is that what we need? Is that what we mean? Does it say 4 is less than? What does it say? 4 less than. What does that mean? Minus 4, right? 4 less than 4/5 of the number. What number? X. 4/5 of the number. 4 less than 4/5 of the number. Are we okay with that so far? Decreased by twice the number. Minus 2x. Oh, look. Is less than. So less than. Oh, look. Or equal. Yeah, the little baby side is on the left. Oh, my gosh. 3/5 of the sum of the number and 4. 3/5 of the sum of x and 4. Do you see? Oh my gosh. So what do you want to do first? Combine like terms. I have an x term here and an x term here. What is 4/5 x minus 2x? Oh my gosh. You guys are ridiculous. Minus 4, right? Is less than or equal to what? Distribute the 3/5 here and distribute the 3/5 here. That gives me 3/5 x plus 12/5. Now, do you want to keep working with fractions or can we get rid of the fraction? Okay, so I'm going to take the entire problem and multiply it by the denominator. It's all the same for every term, isn't it? So I'm going to multiply every term by 5. Every single term by 5. Even the 4. So what happens here on this term? What do I end up with? Well, it would be negative 30 over 5. What is negative 30 over 5? 6. Why did I choose 5 to multiply it by? Because it will get rid of the denominator. It simplifies it to 1. So I get negative 6x minus 20 is less than or equal to 3x plus 12. Oh, look, no more fractions. What do I do first? What do you want to do first? You want to add 20 to both sides? Okay, I'm going to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? In a minute, I'm also going to want to combine the x's. Can I do it right now? OMG. Negative 9x, that's 0, is less than or equal to, that's 0, 32. Try again, 32. How do I solve for x? Divide by, negative 9? So x is greater than or equal to negative 32 over 9. And that's the answer, right? It would be if these initial directions were not here. If all it said was 4 less than blah, 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 and 4, if that's all it said, that would be the answer. But the directions say find the integers for which the following is true. Guys, what's an integer? Any number greater than 0 is a whole number. What's an integer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. No fractions, no decimals. So any number that's greater than or equal to, what is this? I know, what is it though? Negative 3.5 repeating, or isn't it negative 3.6 if we rounded it? So this is like approximately equal to negative 3.6. So if it's every number greater than that, where do I have to start? Negative 3. What's the next integer that's greater than negative 3.6? Negative 2. Negative 1. 0. Do you want to list all of them? How about that? This is my answer to the question that's being asked. This is my answer to my equation, but go back up and make sure you're answering the question that's being asked. This only wants integers as the answer. Do you have any questions? Anyone? I would like to call your direction to these formulas that are on the sideboard right here. Okay? The d equals RT, distance equals rate times time, comes into play on number 3 down here. D equals RT. They assume that you know what that means. Do you know what that formula means? Distance equals rate times time. Okay? On number 5 here, they assume that you know what the other formula means. It's right here. They give it to you, but do you know what everything means in it? That's why I wrote it on the sideboard. I is interest. P is the principal, or the amount you start with, the amount that you begin with. R is the rate. It's a percent, so you've got to change it to a decimal to put it in here. And then T is time, and we always talk about it as time in years. Any questions about that? Okay, and any of the ones we did not do together are homework for tomorrow.